Hello everyone, welcome to a survival series. This is the first time for me doing survival with a small roleplay twist to it. It's not going to be as in-depth as the Farming Apprentice roleplay series, so it's going to be HUD on once we get going and third person view. Now, before we begin, we need to know with backstory. So here we are at the farm on Saxthorpe. We have inherited a farm and some land. However, we are just a normal working guy and we are a truck driver, delivery man for construction sites and so on. As you can see, we've rocked up in our Iveco truck here, and another element to this series is we're going to base it around about 1998 onwards. So we'll start in the late 90s. I don't want to go too early because it is hard to find mods, you know, earlier on, and I'm no expert on the history of machinery, so I'm trying to keep it, you know, early 2000s, late 90s, so I can hopefully find a fine balance between mods. Now, before we begin into the main bulk of it, I will give you a quick lowdown of the map we're on. So this is a brand new map from Farm Sim Brisco, released quite recently. I am on the crossplay version. I didn't realize there's a PC one. The only difference we haven't got currently is the multi-terrain angle. So let's have a quick look at the land we are on. So this is the area we have inherited essentially. Now farm 2 or field 2 is not ours. I'll show you farmland. So a somewhat hefty amount of land we have inherited, but unfortunately we moved away as a child and all of our remaining relatives essentially have passed, and the courts got in touch to let us know we've inherited a bit of land from the family farm and we are the last ones that can take this. We had a bit of history in farming as a child, but those days are long past, so it's going to take a while to get back. We're pretty bored of life, driving our own trucks, so we thought why not make a start of a fresh start and see if we can get this farm going once to its former glory. Now it's been about 2 years and the farm has been abandoned, so it's going to take a lot of work to get this place even tidy before we consider actually looking at farming it. So the fields we own, 51. Let me just bring up my HUD. This is the main farmhouse. Very nice, well maintained. We own this area here. A small little bit of land here. If we come through the gates, we also own this field here. Now as you can see, it's in a pretty bad way. It's not even a field on the map currently. It's full of weeds, full of shrubbery. It needs to get tidied up. And we also own down this track here. You can barely even see into it now. This section here as well. So we own this section. We need to add that one off camera. But we will own this small bit of land here and the woodland in there, okay? What we don't own is the cornfield, which has currently got corn in. Owned by East Anglian Farming, so a company owns this, not an individual farm. Heading back down the track. We'll see what else we've got. We are in August. We've got 3-day seasons on. It will take effect in the next setting, so it is summertime. Now this is the main road. Traffic might stop from here. We'll take a little walk down this track here. So it's quite a large area, and there's 3 or 4 parts to this farm, and I will show you what we have and what's been left behind for us. Again, it's been a couple of years now, so we don't really know what is in store for us. So lovely English country roads, nice and tight. Bushes grow on either side, as you'd expect at the UK countryside. Field there, with a little pond. And then we take a left track here towards Saxthorpe Grain. Head down the small little track again, really narrow. There's going to be a lot of small machinery on this server. And nothing too crazy. Starting small and eventually work our way to medium equipment if we can. So this here is the entrance to our farm. Or the yard area. I'm going to call this the yard. Nice little gate, entranceway. And it opens up to quite a large area. Now when you download the map, there is a few more buildings. I've removed a couple. Some of these are fixed unless you go in Giant's Editor, which I will do at some point. But for now, just so I can show you some of the map. If you continue down this track here, there's another gate, which I did put in myself. Bit of an iron gate, which opens the wrong way. And here is what I'm going to call is the maintenance area. So we've got a washdown point in here. So in there, a nice old style washdown. Nice to see. But again, it's pretty run down, pretty dirty. So that's going to need a good clean out at some point. And then what looks to be some sort of workshop area that was left behind. And a fuel diesel tank there. So a nice little workshop. So I'm guessing here all the vehicles were maintained in the section here. A few tools left behind. And some engine replacement packs and stuff here as well. Now one thing to add before I continue is the grain mill is through there, and as you can hear it's very loud, so I need to find a way to turn that audio off somehow if I can do it myself, because when you come to this area here it does get quite loud. So it's not the farm, it is the grain mill, and it does it all the grains on this map as well. They're very loud, that needs adjusting. Right in the back here we've got a small little grass area on the back, and then this track loops around here into like an open yard area here. A few bits of storage around this section, nice big open yard, and then an old style barn. We'll take a look inside that at some point down the line. You head down this track here, another little shed. Again, this is a fixed one, you can't adjust, so we can utilise this at some point. And then entrance into the back of that little yard there as well, like into the Gothic barn building, which is a mod that comes with the map. Up here you've got a couple fields, and again you can see these are just really in bad way. Lots of weeds growing through, lots of bushes, but there's a lot of potential here. A lot of land we've got, and a nice little lake and a well in place. So this could really become a really nice little yard and a farm. Moving on, we've got Scarecrow Field. Again, very, very overgrown. That's going to be a lot of work. But again, lots of potential here. We've got a nice big field, a nice little yard area. We can put some grass in there. We can put some crop in there. And again, I'm calling this one Scarecrow Field, because of course we've got the Scarecrow, which goes naturally with this field, abandoned and alone. Across from this way, we've got even more land. So, as I said, we've got plenty of potential here. But we are going to need a mower at some point to get this all done. If not, maybe even plough and plough all this under. Out here, we've got a little field shelter, a little shed. And the good news is, there is still running electricity and water to the farmhouse. That's good to see. But again, overgrown. It needs cutting away pretty badly. This could be very useful for storing some bales and other machinery down the line. Head back to the track here. We've got another gate into this section here. And now we've got the whole woodland. Huge woodland area. So again, lots of potential here to make some money and get ourselves going initially. And the good news is, a bit of machinery left behind. We've got a little winch there, look. And we've also got a logging trailer. And some more bits here. Some logging trailers and even some logs cut already for us. and a lovely sound coming from the woodland with the birds in there. Hopefully we can not disturb them if we do some logging. I think a permission from the council, but lots of trees in there untouched. So we've got a woodland area, we've got a pond, we've got a couple of fields, and we've also got a pretty decent sized yard, and we've got a maintenance area. But it's all pretty battered and there is nothing left here. The family sold up most of the equipment before they sort of got quite unwell, sold up a lot of kit to pay off a lot of bills as well. But that is not all. There is more. We've also got another section of the yard. Just for simplicity, let's just increase our run speed quickly. Head back down the track to the main road. Saxthorpe grain. You take a left here, down the main road. Animal dealership's just down there. I'm sure we'll get to know those quite well at some point. And then you take a left here. Another field here. Again, more corn. This is not ours. You head down this little track here, look. And this is also part of our yard. Now again, another shed here which we can't remove unless we go into Giant's editor. And we've got some equipment left behind up this side, and now I'm going to call this the Arable yard. So we've got a combine. We'll take a look at that later on down the line when the series proper starts. We've got a tractor abandoned in the corner there, and then we've got an open area and a grain silo here. So a big open yard and some storage. Just turn off the HUD quickly. So yeah, I'm going to call this the Arable yard because we've got plenty of storage bins and what looks to be some sort of combine. And that is the yard and the whole farm we've inherited. So let's just head up to the sky and see it from above. And you'll see just how much we've inherited here. So you can see from the bird's eye view, we haven't got any massive fields and big fields, but what we have got is a lot of potential, and hopefully we can survive the debt we're going to pick up as well from picking up this farm. And obviously all the maintenance is going to come with, but you can just see it needs a lot of cutting back. There's trees everywhere, there's overgrown bushes. It's going to be a lot of work to get going. Hopefully we can survive on Saxthorpe farms. Maybe one day have the money to purchase this field and really get the field going again. Again, back at the farmhouse, we've got plenty of scope there, and these 3 fields here, look, we've got potential here as well, separated by a hedgerow, but a small bit of woodland down here also. So there we go, that is the farm itself. Hopefully you enjoy the series. I'm looking forward to getting going on this one. Let's see how we get on. Let's roll the intro. Here we are then. Day 1 has begun. Now first thing we need to do is get all of our vehicles actually down to the workshop and see what is working. Now the benefit is to the starting series is that we do have this lorry here, an old Iveco little truck, Fiat brand Iveco, and we can configure this to take bales. We can use it to take grain. We can also have a vehicle attachment as well, so we can use it to tow vehicles, which is good news for us because we don't know if these trucks are going to start yet, or these tractors we found laying around. So let's head down to the yard and see what we can actually find. Now again, we are playing in a 90s style scenario, so I will do my best to keep the lore friendly as I can. Obviously I'm not always going to get the exact year. I might always get equipment that might come out, you know, a couple of years later, but we'll do our best to keep within the years we are going to play with. This truck itself is a bit battered too, so it'll take a while to get this going. Let's head down to the Arable yard first and check out the orange tractor we saw and the combine. Now the combine, I mean honestly, we aren't going to be using the combine anytime soon, so let's just jump in and see what we've actually got. Again, my steering wheel isn't always centered, so you might see this pop up a few times. So we have got fuel warning on this one, and the damage is pretty low down, so it is working. Again, if we're going to use this on the fields, we are going to need to get this repaired at some point if we are going to move to use this for harvesting. The good news is it just needs fuel and a good service. Pretty old school, international, or case as it's known as now. I'm not sure what the year this was from, probably 80s or, yeah, it's about 80s I'd say. So well within our time frame. Comes with a swath job as well, which is good to see. Needs a bit of a wash down as well. We can always get it over to the farm and give it a wash down. Now our first tractor I've seen is this one here. Now it looks like we've got ourselves an old Renault. Now, for those of you who didn't know, Renault was actually bought out by Class, I think around 2004, 2005. So as the time progresses, you'll see maybe some Class tractors and less Renaults on the series. But again, needs a bit of a wash down. And looks like we have got IC control on this one as well, which is a nice touch. Let's jump on in. So yeah, nice little mod we got. I run out new from King mods. Got indicators, got doors, we've got engine start, that's nice. Armrests, side doors. So far, looks to be okay. Let's just jump out quickly. Can we pop the hood on this one? Doesn't appear so. However, damage again needs a good service. A lot of black smoke coming out of that. However, it's got a full tank of diesel in, which is good. Let's just close this one down. And also a nice little sun visor there also. Nice touch. No roof access. In fact, let's get this window open. Get some fresh air in here. This cab does not smell too good. Keep the windows open, shall we? So again, she starts nice and easy. Again, we are going to use third person view on this. Let's take it down to the workshop. sounds really nice as well. Really nice mod this. The engine sounds very old. We've got a lot of black smoke coming out, and it is struggling quite a bit on this hill. But it wouldn't be a survival series without a banged up old tractor. Let's just test out the indicator, shall we? So if we go to the right, let's come out that one. There we go, look. And then you can see right indicator's on using the interactive control mod. Very nice. No hazards though, that's fine. Nope. Just missed one there as well. Look, what's this one do? Ah, it's just another armrest. I thought it was a gear stick. But yeah, this is a Venup mod from King Mods. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Starting money, we have got ourselves £10,000 to get us going, which is not a lot if we're going to start considering repair costs and so on. But for now, let's just park this one up outside the workshop here. Now, just for reference, on the map, this is previously a grain storage area here. I've put in this washdown point and this little shed. This is not part of the map. You may have seen from the intro we had another tractor in the workshop for the intro. Now, that one does lay in this barn here, from what I looked around earlier. So this is a Gothic barn mod. It comes with the map. And now in here we have a Ford tractor. Before we look into that tractor, look at this barn. Very nice mod. This comes with the map. Well, it prompts you to install this mod when you install the map, which is no bother by me. It takes 10 seconds to download. But I think the trees coming through and the greenery, I think it just actually fits in really well into the old style farm. So again, really like this. It can be very useful little barn for storage of items. Now here we've got a Ford 5000, which has seen much better days. Again, the exact year of this, I'm not too sure, but it's definitely pre-90s. No back door. So let's jump on in. Any IC on this one? So no interactive control or simple IC on this one. Very basic bones. Inside of the cab looks like it's been dumped on by someone. So let's fire up. And again, we have got diesel, but we do need maintenance. She starts fine. This one also has custom engine sounds from when I tested it. So it's a very nice little mod. So looking at these then, pretty old and dirty tractors. So realistically, we got 10 grand. We need to decide which one is going to be priority for getting going again. Let's jump into the menu we own, which is this one here. So one is worth 8,000, one is worth 5,000. 100 horsepower is the Renault, and 69 horsepower is the Ford. Tidying up this yard, we're going to need not a whole lot of horsepower initially. There's a lot of mowing going to be involved. So let's have a look in the garage here and see which one's going to cost more to repair. I mean, they don't necessarily need repairing, right now. They are still working. We should have the option here. There we go. 1,431 to repair the engine. I think the paint is a separate job entirely. So 1,431. Let's have a look at the forward costs without breaking it. But it's going to cost us 966. Oh, sorry, 996 to repair the Ford. It's 6 horsepower. Now I'm just going to move away from this grain area because, as mentioned in the intro, you can hear the grain mill quite loud. So in terms of cost, that's going to set us back at least 1,000. Now my priority today is going to be getting the vehicles running first of all, and then essentially having a good tidy up of the yard. So we're going to need a mower. Definitely going to need a mower. And we probably aren't going to make any money off this grass. I mean, we can try, but then we'll have to buy things like a baler. We're going to buy things like a windrow and all those stuff as well to make some money off this grass. So let's take a look in the shop. Anything on sale today? 5,000 is quite modern. Again, this is all too modern for us. So we've had some mods installed. Now, any mowers in here? We've got no drop brush cutter, which might take a while. We can get ourselves a couple of lawnmowers, an old John Deere 56 here, which comes with a couple trailer mods, and that one there's 15,000, which you cannot afford. So we can either go slow, very slow, with this John Deere mower, or we can go into our mowers section here. I did install a couple mods. We've got this old school thing here. Now the way we're going to do purchases, essentially, we can lease and we can buy. It's not going to be the shop. We'll have the role play element of we find things on local sales in the ads. I was going to say eBay then, but I think eBay was around in 1998. So local papers, word of mouth. If we find things laying around, we can use them. Now this one here is going to cost potentially 1,450. I'm not sure what these attachments will do. A trailer hitch is probably a nice attachment to have. Moving on. Again, none of this I don't think is in our range of year. Well, we've got this one here, the RC mower, a little lizard one, which I think might be a better option. We get used. There we go. That's going to cost £1,000. So I think if we go and used on that. Now, for me, £1,000 for a used one compared to a new one. I mean, it's an extra £200, so we save ourselves 200. Now I think this is the best option right now. And the horsepower requirement is 50, which means the Ford, if we wanted to, could tow it. So let's buy that one there. We're down to 9,000 already. Looking at mowers, if we wanted to make some bales, the cheapest baler is, I believe, the Class Rodent 66, which is 17,000. So to buy this one, we are going to make some money. And again, if we want to ted it, or at least windrow it to make some grass bales, we can get ourselves something like this, an old school windrow, like this one here, 3,600. I mean, we could also lease a mower, which would cost up front. So a baler, where we go in. Or we could always go for a dragon. which this old school one here, 4,700. That could be an option. That's going to be far too small. This could be a likely option actually. We could potentially cut it and then use this and sell the grass directly or the hay. For now, we need to go get our mower. I'm going to increase the time to ×3 for now. I think for now, we'll take the Renault. I'm going to repair it, I think. Just to be on the safe side. Those options to customize, but for now we will leave those as is. So our first trip down to the store, I will record so you can see the way down there. And I'll show you the little village on the way through. And then obviously on the future trips we'll just cut to it, I think. Just hide that one. So looking at the map here, the shop is in the bottom right of the map, so just by field 6 down there. So it's a bitty straight road down to the store, and you can see there's quite a lot of fields to buy, but they are quite pricey, some of these fields. So that's not going to be anything we can do anytime soon, I'm afraid, for buying fields. So the land we've got is what's going to make us our money. There's the farmhouse on the right there. And we're doing a cracking 24-25 miles per hour in this tractor, so it's probably a good job we bought this one, not the Ford, because it might struggle to tow it back. I haven't tested this map too much yet, so I don't know how the traffic behaves, if there's going to be traffic jams and stuff, but if it gets too much we can obviously disable the traffic. And the BGA is part of the map. I don't even know if BGAs were around in the 90s, but there's something you won't be visiting, at least in these years here we're at. Let me get my bearings. So this is the part of the village down here. We want to go past the village, or at least through parts of the village. There's a nice little mods as well, nice small village, lots of fields and connected fields you can see. And I do really like this little mod, this tractor, especially with the IC controls, very nice touch. Look where we're going. So it's not simple IC, it's interactive control, and there we go. Saxthorpe, welcome. So the village of Saxthorpe. Nice little speed signs there. And again, loads of little houses. We've got the fuel station down the right here. We'll be paying these guys a visit. Let's get ourselves a tanker at some point to refuel. Classic holding up the traffic. Now we are going to go to the right. And it is a class dealership. Hopefully I've remembered to reset my store deliveries. And we have, yeah. So again, you can hear now this grain barn is very loud. There's a class branded sign, but as you can see, they do have plenty of other brands in stock that they can deliver to the store. I think the faded class as well, the old sign there, and the faded green goes nicely with our year. Oop. Now I have got manual touch installed, but I will be uninstalling that, I think, for the future. There we go. No dramas there, the weight on the back. Right, I'm going to head back down to the farm, and I will see you down there very soon. Here we are back at the main farmhouse. That makes sense, we're here now. So we will cut away all the weeds and the grass in these sections here first. I've got a rough idea what I want to do with these sections here, but I'll keep it to myself just for now until I make a decision. Mod wise, we have got on real mower, so I believe that is now, if I say turn on, that should be on. We haven't got any GPS along those lines. It's a bit bumpy here, so I might have a bit of landscaping down the future. But let's give it a go. Okay, so real mower is working. So this is going to take quite a amount of time to get doing. So there will be some time lapses in this series, not too many. But as you can see, I've got a lot of fields to get through. So I've just done a little test after I mowed the grass. Now, because these aren't technically fields on the map, the grass isn't actually cutting and leaving a grass swath or dropping or anything, because as you can see next door in the field here, it's basically just like clean shaved it entirely back to the bare roots, which for these sections here is not so bad because we can build on these. I'm thinking about some greenhouses maybe up here in the next couple episodes. This one here definitely is fine. However, I think the last field we're going to leave and then probably just plough in some grass straight away to get us going. Because as you can see, it's not a bad sized little field. We can get a bit of grass off of this, but I don't want to just mow it, just then have to plough it anyway. So, I think for episode 1, we'll leave it as is now, and then in the next time, we will look at getting ourselves a plough or cultivator, and we'll use the Create Fields mod, because I mean, I'm not sure if we really need to plough it that deep. However, we'll see what comes up on the market in October or September, and then go from there. So I think we will head down and park up at the yard. I'm not going to wash any vehicles yet until we've got the main of the bulk work done. There we go, not a bad start. First couple of fields have been cleaned up nice and tidy. We're down to £7,569 already. So we're going to have to look on the market, on the sales, hopefully if something comes up. Or at least potentially for next month, so we can get ourselves a plough. I would like to go 3 days, obviously I didn't change it in time for the 3-day seasons, so we are going to have to bear with it and just skip to September on the next run. Which is not a big drama for the first year. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this first episode. Lots of work to do still to get us going. But yeah, this is a really nice map. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in episode 2. And if you have enjoyed it, please do like the video, and if you really like it, why not subscribe? I'd much appreciate it. See you next time.